Hello guys, and welcome to another video. On this one, we're simply dealing with integers. So we'll be mainly focusing on this question 3.2, and here they are saying to us simplify without using a calculator. Show all your working. Now, when you simplify this without using a calculator, you should know that a cube root of 64 is actually 4, and then minus a square root of 1.5 is going to give us 1 over 2. And when you simplify this further, you say 4 minus 1 over 2, and our answer would be 5 over 2. Let me see, not 5 over 2 actually. 5 times, it will be 7 over 2. Yeah, our answer would be 7 over 2. All right, there's a way in which we solve this. I need to show it. I thought I was gonna take shortcuts, but I need to show you how. So if you have 4 minus 1 over 2, you make this one a fraction as well by dividing it with 1. Then you just cross multiply like this. You say 4 times 4, you would get 8, and then 4 times 2, you would get 8. Then minus the sign, let's say 1 multiplied by 1, you get 1. Divide that by 2, and when you say 8 minus 1 over 2, you get 7 over 2. So that's how you work this out without using a calculator. Then when you come here, you can see we have negative 5 minus the bracket of negative 8. We know that we always have to start with the bracket BODMAS. So BODMAS would want us to firstly multiply what is outside the bracket with what is inside the bracket. So the negative 5 for now is going to be dropped down because it's not affected. Then we say negative multiplied by negative 8. We know when you multiply negative with a negative, you get a positive. So negative multiplied by negative 8 is positive 8. Then we combine this number and this number. We say negative 5 plus 8, and our answer here is going to be 3. It's more like you're saying 8 minus 5, positive 8 minus 5, you get a positive 3. Okay, that's how you solve that one. And then we come to this one. On this one, they are saying to us we have to solve this without a calculator. So we know we have to start by dealing with the bracket. So here I have a negative 25. I have a negative 5, which is squared inside the bracket. And then this would give me a positive 25, because it's more like I'm saying negative 5 multiplied by negative 5, because this is multiplying itself twice. Then we come this side. A negative 2 to the power of 3 would give us a negative 8. It's more like I'm saying negative 2 multiplied by negative 2 multiplied by negative 2. That would give me a negative 8. And then here you can see a positive is being multiplied with a negative. So this is going to be 25 minus 8, because we are saying positive 1 multiplied by, or rather positive times negative 8, and that gives us this outcome. Then from there, we say 25 minus 8. And what is our answer? 25 minus 8 is going to give us 17. So we did all of this without using any calculator. All right, that's how you basically solve. Let's look for more problems or examples. Let me say problems rather. Okay, here's another problem. Here we have negative 5 plus 10, and we are solving this without using a calculator. So here it's more like you're saying 10 minus 5, and your answer would be 5. Let's look at another one. Okay, here guys, you can see we have negative 10 plus, in brackets, negative 5. So likewise, the first thing is to get rid of the bracket. So the negative 10 for now will remain as it is because it's not affected by any bracket. And then we'll have a positive multiplied by a negative 5. And we know that positive times negative gives us a negative. So our answer is going to be negative 5. And then when we give the solution, we are adding a negative with a negative, right? So when you add a negative with a negative, your answer should be a negative. Then after that, you simply say, what is 10 plus 5? What is 10 plus 5? 10 plus 5 is 15. So your answer is negative 15. Okay, that's how you deal with this one. Let's go to another one. Okay, here we have 30 plus in brackets negative 10. Again, we're going to say positive times negative 10. The 30 is going to be dropped. Then when you say positive 30 minus negative 10, we get negative 10. And then from there, we say, what is 30 minus 10? The answer is going to be 20. Then we're done. What if I was given 30 minus in brackets negative 10? Then what would be my answer? Well, first of all, we would put the 30 here because it's not affected. And then we would say negative multiplied by negative 10. And we know that when you multiply negative with a negative, you get a positive. So if I say negative multiplied by negative 10, I would get a positive 10. And then from there, I would say 30 plus 10, and my answer would be 40. Okay, let's find more examples. Okay, what happens, guys, then if I'm given square root of 2 to the power of 2 plus 3 to the power of 2? Well, this is how I would approach this problem. The first thing I would do is to say, okay, let me solve what is inside the square root first. I need to know what is a 2 to the power of 2. 2 to the power of 2, guys, is more like you saying 2 multiplied by 2. Then you have plus 3 times 3 to the power of 2 is more like you saying 3 times 3. So 2 times 2 would give us a 4. That's 2 to the power of 2, which is 2 times 2. Plus 3 to the power of 2 is 3 multiplied by 3. And what is 3 multiplied by 3? It is a 9. Then from there, guys, we would, from there we would say, what is 4 plus 9? Okay, what is 4 plus 9? 4 plus 9, guys, would give us a 13. And then when we proceed, we check. Can we simplify this any further? No, it's impossible because this is not a perfect square number. 13 is not a perfect square number. So we would end our answer here. All right, let's look at another example similar to this one. Okay, for this one, guys, we have a square root of 12 squared plus 9 squared. Again, for you to solve this with a calculator, you would say 12 times 12, which is 12 squared, plus 9 times 9, which is 9 squared. Then under the square root, you say 12 times 12, which is 12 squared, and that gives you 144, plus 9 times 9, which is 9 squared, would give you 81. Then you add these two numbers. When you add the two numbers, you would get a 225. And then you ask yourself, what is the square root of 225? And your answer would be 15. So that's how you solve this. And you need to watch the very first video I showed you to learn your perfect square numbers. That way, it's easy for you to find out the square root of your perfect square numbers. Okay, so that's what you must do. Let's look at 2 more last examples. Okay, guys, here's another example. What if I had a square root of 9 minus a cube root of negative 64? Okay, the first thing I would do is to find out what is the square root of 9. And the square root of 9 is supposed to be 3 minus, and then what is the cube root of negative 64? The answer is negative 4. Then from here, I would say, what is 3? All right, I'd put down this 3 and then say what is negative multiplied by negative 4. And I would get a positive 4. And then I would say, what is 3 plus 4? And my answer would be a 7. Yeah, that's what my answer would be. So that's how you do these things without using a calculator. All right. Let's find another example that's similar to this one. Okay, what if I had a square root of 100 plus a cube root of 27? The square root of 100 is 10 plus what is the cube root of 27? The answer is 3. Then from here you say what is 10 plus 3? And then you would get a 13. Okay, you can work without a calculator and then just verify using a calculator to be sure that your answers are correct. Let's check out this one first. Square root of 9 minus a cube root, go to shift, then you go to square root to get your cube root. Cube root of negative 64, and our answer is a 7. You see, you shouldn't use a calculator to get the answer, because if you use a calculator, you can see it doesn't show you the step and the step. Okay, it only shows you the answer right away, and you don't want the answer right away. You want the step where you convert the square root of 9 and the cube root of negative 64. Okay, I'm just using the calculator now to confirm my answer, okay, whether or not it's correct. All right, let's do another one similar to this one. Okay guys, what if I had a square root of 144 minus a cube root of negative 125? I would find out what is the square root of 144, and I know that the square root of 144 is 12. And then write this minus in brackets. What is the cube root of negative 125? The answer is negative 5. And then from here, I'm going to put the 12 down and then say, remove this bracket. Say what is negative multiplied by negative 5, and I would get a positive 5. And then from here, I say what is 12 plus 5, and my answer is going to be 17. So that's how you solve your integers, or rather work with your integers. Okay, see you on the next video.